Hey everybody, Frankie Day back again on YouTube. Today on YouTube, I have update number 4 on my Hercules restorational build. So far, as you can see, I've got it all primed up. I put about 5 coats of primer and checked around for imperfections. And there's a couple more on there as we discuss it, as we zoom in. And so far, guys, I should have this thing start to finishing paint work on it by tomorrow. Right now, I'm going to go back and patch up some seams here and there on that need to be covered over again. That gray primer really shows a couple of imperfections here and there, and I am myself my own worst critic when it comes to building models. I guess we all have that kind of a problem, which is no problem at all. It just makes a better builder out of you in general. Before we zoom in, we'll talk about this airplane right now, and I'm pretty happy with the restoration on it. I turned something that's 28 years old, which is virtually was almost a pile of junk, into a brand new model. I've got all 4 of the props all assembled, as you see at the bottom of the aircraft on my Lady Susan right there. I got the 4 props on there, and they all have been airbrushed and everything with primer on there, let them dry. I had to worry about going over them. They're already been put back together again. Feeling the fuselage a little bit of imperfections, it's real good right there in that part. Swing around a little bit, guys, so you can see a little bit. We'll zoom in a few minutes. Right now, I'm feeling in the imperfections and looking at them right there. I'm not very satisfied with the priming results. The primer shows a couple of blemishes on there, as you can see on the wing root of the fuselage where the wings are joined. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about. They got to be filled in with filler and wet dry, and go ahead and wet dry sand and reprime until it's gone. So I'm going to go back after this video. I'm going to go back and apply a very small layer of filler on there, and I'll let it dry overnight. And tomorrow I'll go ahead and wet sand it and give it a final primer again on the areas where I refilled again using my primer putty. And then we'll go to the finished colors. No more camo, boys. All gray primer. I've got tissue in the back end of the loading ramp, as you can see. I've got tissue inside the cockpit area, and also the crew entryway forward of the fuselage by the canopy area. I've got that all tissue now. Also, wheel wells, they got tissue in there. And keep overspray from the primer getting inside the running details. I don't want to have to go back in there and paint all this and that. That can be avoided by using tissue in here to keep the overspray from getting inside the airplane itself. It's like a big airplane. It's going to take a lot of time to paint this bad boy because I got to use three different colors. I got to use camouflage gray on the bottom, which I've already mixed already. And I've got the tan on top. I got mid green and dark green has got to be applied on there. So Vietnam always had tri camo instead of the 2-type camo they had, but it's traditional Vietnam colors using medium green and dark green and tan with camouflage gray at the bottom. And later on in the years during the Vietnam War was coming to almost an end around 68, 69. They were starting to use black undersides on because more or less these aircraft were a lot more successful at nighttime than daytime. But this is a typical C-130 Hercules, the transport version, rendering the 4-type camo it used. And it's going along pretty good, fellas. I'm pretty happy with it. I was always going to start the finished paint job on it tonight, though, after looking at the imperfections on it. The dark colors will hide it, guys, but like I say, the main idea, the main objective is when you're building a model, you got to make sure all those imperfections are filled in, because finished paint will not do the job. It's got to be done at the primer stage, and that's how it's done in that degree. And that's the initial part about using primer. Primer shows imperfections of your finished work before it's actually finished to its entirety. And I got the decals for it already. Went down there to Smitty's Hobby Shop. They got me some white lettering decals. So I took pictures of this aircraft before I painted the primer on it, so I can go back and use that as a reference guide to go ahead and paint it back to the natural finish color as it was before I refinish again for the second time. It's getting there, fellas. It's getting there. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it. And looks like we have to zoom in right now a little bit. And take a little close look at it. I'll show you some areas where it needs to be done. And you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. And we'll go ahead and zoom it in. Here we go, guys. I'll try to zoom it in here. There we go. See right there the blemishes, fellas, on the wing roots right there, during the fuselage. I am not a happy camper right there. Although certain light will hide it, you won't see it. It's smooth. Right there, see what I'm saying right there, fellas? That's got to be refilled in with putty. And also the center of the fuselage right there, all the way forward up to the cockpit area, it's got to be filled in with putty. So after this video is made, I'm going to go back and use my putty of choice. I'll go ahead and fill those imperfections. As you can see, as I turn the aircraft around, certain part of the light will hide the blemishes, and most of it will bring in the highlights of the blemishes on there. Not very much, not that much on there, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the putty on that this video. And I was feeling the imperfections right there. It needs to be filled in right around there. Not too much, but just most on the wing joints, as you can see. Now it disappears right now. See it? That's how light affects the imperfections of it. And so that's going to be gone, guys. After I fill it in with putty and sand it down again for the second time, get in the coated primer, it's going to be gone. You won't see those imperfections no more. Then I can go ahead and apply my finished color to it and finish up the model. Looks like a brand new model, don't it, fellas? That goes to show you what you can do to an old kit that's been laying around busted up all those years. Thumbs up, I'm pretty happy so far, so I know what to do next after the video. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is, after like I said before a couple seconds ago, I'm going to go ahead and fill the imperfections with my putty of choice I use, my filler. The propeller's all been primed, as you can see, and so I don't have to worry about them. You know, it took time. I had to make a jig, put those props back on, make sure all the blades are lined up with each other. I'm still feeling around on top of that thing. My hands are about as good as my eyeballs are. I can feel things that should not be there, and get rid of them. Although no one's going to see this airplane but me. It's going to be in my domain, but I'm very critical of my work. When I'm not happy, I'm not happy. But once I get this thing done, I'll be a happy man. So I got lots and lots of painting ahead of me. I got about a 5-6 hour painting session on this airplane. So I've got all day to do that tomorrow, folks. So I'll go ahead and apply the filler, let it dry overnight, so make sure that it's dry. Get rid of those nasty imperfections right there. And go from there. I'm going to go and prepare, start working on Warren's group build of Cold War aircraft classics. I think I'll work on my Globemaster a little bit, get the fuselage together. I'll make a webcam video of that, and start the Bolo probably by Monday, I think. It'll be a good time to start that Bolo bomber. Right now, I'd like to get Warren's build going a little bit. Make some kind of attempt on it. So I got 3 builds going on at once. I got this Hercules restorational build I got to do. get that out of the way. Then I have a lot of free time working on the Glowmaster and my Bolo bomber. And I was still feeling around, guys. Just ignore my hands right there. And I got my homework ahead of me for tonight, so there's one of the propellers there. I hope I didn't drop and bust a blade off it. No, it's good. There it is right there, fellas. All in one piece. I went and used about 2 or 3 coats of cyanide glue on it. Those blades ain't going nowhere. They're pretty strong. I put alignment pins in there. I used a small drill and went ahead and drilled holes in the prop bosses and joined the blade sets to reinforce the blades so they won't break off in the future. And that'll be that. And before I close off here, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And I thank you very much from the bottom of my keel to the foretop for your comments. And stay tuned for number 5, which is going to be the finishing color of the Hercules bird. And video number 6 will be the decals and the model will be done. And this is update build report number 4 on the Hercules bird Restorio build. And that'll conclude this video for this evening. And again, I'd like to thank everybody again for tuning in, and may God bless. And happy modeling, and please subscribe. And get your glues on your fingers. Use nail polish remover, and it gets rid of the problem. Well, boys, looks like I'm off here. So y'all take care, fellas. I'll see you in the next video, guys. We'll see you, boys. Bye now.